What's up, people? Jared back with you with your Monday Night Raw review for January 18th, 2020. Man, oh boy. Okay, so a little disclaimer on this channel. I'm going to try not to be like every other wrestling video blogger and just bash the product and just really talk about everything that WWE is doing wrong. I don't want to do that because it's just too negative, and what's the point? If you don't like the show, then don't watch it. Just appreciate it, enjoy it. So I'm gonna try to be as positive as possible. However, man, WWE nowadays they make it kind of hard to really enjoy it, like our diehard wrestling fans. Used to enjoy it back in the day when it was really, 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 really good. So, but I digress. I will get into it. Let's talk about the Raw review for January 18th, 2021. So, like every year, Monday Night Raw started off with a very classy MLK Open, and they gave Martin Luther King Jr. credit where credit is due. Kudos to WWE for continuing to keep his legacy alive through their opens every single year. So the show started off with Randy Orton in I guess it was like a slapjack mask from Retribution. Last week he got burned by Alexa Bliss, so he comes out in this really weird looking Lucha mask thing, and he's cutting this really sinister promo the way Randy Orton does, and it's all diabolical and evil. And it was interesting, but I just don't really like the way that the promo went, as far as like it all came down to the Fiend must be trying to stop him from trying to win the Royal Rumble. And it's like, he burned your face. Like, some things are bigger than the Royal Rumble. But I thought it was interesting until it got to the point, and then it came to like a plug of Randy Orton saying that nothing can stop him from being taken out of the Royal Rumble. Not even if he had limbs missing. So Orton said he's good to go for the Royal Rumble. That's all he did for the rest of the show, and he had that weird Evil Uno mask. What did you guys think about his promo? Let me know in the comments what you thought about Randy Orton's performance tonight. Just doing the promo and wearing that silly mask. Well, I won't say silly. You guys can be the judge of that. Next up, we saw Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, with Lacey Evans. And I mean, to me, this is a little bit gross. Ric Flair is like 70-something years old. And he's also married, so this is a little weird storyline, but I'm just going to let it rock and see where it materializes. But so Flair and Lacey Evans is, I guess, is using Ric Flair is using Lacey Evans, and they are against Charlotte. So they're walking in the hallway, and that kind of goes into Charlotte versus Peyton Royce. And I got to give Peyton Royce credit. She has, she's improving. Her in-ring work. It's, she's pretty much night and day from when she first started. Charlotte seemed like a little bit slower. Charlotte's usually presented to us as like one of the top tier, top-notch performers, and this, it seems like she's kind of like got a little bit slower. And some of the camera angles did not give her any type of favor. Like, sometimes you can see her talking to her opponent and talking to the ref and stuff. And the work was, I don't want to say sloppy, because I'm not a performer, but it could have just been like a little bit. It wasn't the quality of work that I'm accustomed to seeing Charlotte working. So one question I had is, why exactly is Ric Flair a heel against his daughter? I'm not sure if this is the best use of a legend like Ric Flair. It just seems better if Charlotte was actually like a heel, and then Ric Flair was a heel, and then used one of those two to bring up a rising talent, somebody who could really use the rub and really can make the use of fighting a Charlotte Flair who's a Grand Slam champion and things like that, and also to interact with the 16-time, two-time Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair. I would probably like to see that, but the storyline's a little bit confusing. How married 70-something-year-old Ric Flair is still chasing tail, and he's going after, I guess, Charlotte's adversary. So, yeah, I think WWE could have definitely did a better job with that. But we'll see how this storyline materializes over time, and hopefully it gets better. So then from there, we see Matt Riddle in the backstage area. He's having some type of back and forth with the Hurt Business, and I guess Matt Riddle's entire character is he's just a stoned guy that just wanders around, doesn't wear shoes, and I guess that's okay for now. So I guess that set up the matchup that goes on later on that I'll talk about. From there, we saw Xavier Woods of the New Day versus Mace from Retribution. And they made note that Kofi Kingston is on the shelf right now. He has suffered a jaw injury. That's why Xavier Woods is being a single competitor. And Ali was kind of talking trash the entire time and saying that, Kofi Kingston took his spot 2 years ago with Kofi Mania. That was supposed to be him. And he's getting what's coming to him. So let me touch a little bit on Retribution, because Retribution, since their debut, have been very controversial and very let's just all agree that they've been booked terribly this entire time. So I really feel like if you guys haven't taken a look, go check out Ali's promo he had on not Talking Smack. What is it called? Raw Talk about last week, and he really just had a pipe bomb. And he was saying how this, Legends Night is stupid, and why these guys still come back. That could have been someone else's spot. And I really think that is when WWE is at its best, is when it's like kind of shooting, when it's kind of real, but it's kind of fake. Like, that is the best time. That's when we love it, when people can kind of shoot from the hip and be just real. And I feel like they could have really springboarded Ali and Retribution off of that promo alone. If they had Ali come out and say how this is a stupid gimmick, I don't know why we have a mask on. We're not going to go by these silly names like Slapjack and T-Bar and Mace. And if the Retribution just took the mask off and just came out as, Diakovic and those guys, I think you could really elevate them to the main event. Because, look, let's picture this way. Let's do some fantasy booking here. Suppose they come out and they call out Vince McMahon, and Ali rips him apart and says how everything in this company is just backwards and stupid, and he needs to die, and he doesn't know what the hell a main event star is in 2021, and he slaps Vince McMahon, and he goes to the camera, and Retribution says, "We're not doing this anymore. We're taking off the mask." From there, you can give two of those guys tag team belts. You can go into the Royal Rumble, have Diakovic cost Keith Lee the Royal Rumble. So then you can set up a WrestleMania match of Diakovic and Keith Lee, which is always gold, which is always a great match. And it has a layer to it because they have history, and also they put on great matches. And now Keith Lee, who everyone's expecting to win the Royal Rumble, what if Diakovic cost him the Royal Rumble and then Ali wins the Royal Rumble? So Ali wins the Royal Rumble, and he represents, I guess, the internet. He represents the internet fans that don't like the WWE booking and how it's all stupid and how it's all silly and how it's hokey. And then you have Drew McIntyre, who is fighting because he wants to stay on top. He has gone from the bottom all the way to the top, and he wants to keep his place, and he wants to protect the company that gave him everything. And that's a great story. That's a great story going in. But nope, we're left with... coming back to this match, Xavier Woods versus Mace. Pretty decent competitive match. Retribution gets the win. But, these guys kind of need something to do until... Well, Xavier Woods needs something to do until Kofi Kingston comes back. Still don't know why they broke up the New Day. It was a bad idea. But, yeah, it was just kind of... The story didn't progress through this match at all. Xavier Woods took a loss, and that was that. Next segment is Alexa's Playground. With Alexa Bliss. And, shout out to Alexa Bliss for really. I think she's one of the best, most versatile people on the roster because she can talk. She's not the best wrestler, but she's sufficient in the ring. And this new role she's playing, she's really killing it. I'm not a really big fan of like the supernatural stuff, personally. I think we can do without that in wrestling, but whatever, it's here. So we have Asuka come out, and I mean, can we put Asuka in a position to succeed, please? That would be super ideal. She would just, I mean, if she's not, obviously because English is not her first language, if she's not really great at English, then why do we have her speaking? Like, why don't we give her someone that could be on the mic, make her a Paul Heyman girl, or, give her something where she can look great and just be the ass-cooking Asuka that we were accustomed to back in NXT when she went on the streak before Charlotte beat her. I miss that Asuka, and I think that's the best use of her. She's great. She's a great talent. She's one of the top women. She's still one of the top professional wrestlers in the world. So give Asuka some respect here, man. Give her some. I don't know why we're having to speak English. So that was that segment setting up the main event. From there, we have Shayna Baszler versus Mandy Rose. And I really love Shayna Baszler, man. Shayna Baszler has just a great style in the ring. It's hard hitting. It's very MMA-ish. She has a bunch of holds, and she just looks like a legit ass kicker. And it kind of made me think about how far, this time last year she was just really kicking ass with the Elimination Chamber, and she was in the WWE Championship match with Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. So it was a good match for Shayna Baszler to really, show that she's still dominant, that she's still, a rung above everybody else in that division. So Shayna Baszler with the win, and then they go to a kind of weird backstage segment where Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are mad at each other, and they're not getting along, and then they say, well, I bet the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions aren't getting along either, so we should get a rematch right now. And then Nia Jax was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, that was just kind of a weird little, that was a weird segment, but I guess they had to figure out how to make the tag team champions do something. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they drop it off of Charlotte and Asuka, because now they have problems with Alexa Bliss, and they have problems with Lacey Evans and Ric Flair. So, man, they could really present those tag team titles a lot better. Yeah, they're just really doing nothing. Bring back the Iconics and give it to the Iconics. That's always fun. That's my opinion. So, so then we go into AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Definitely a solid match. AJ Styles is showing why he's one of the best, performers in the entire industry. Ricochet putting on a really, really great match. Love the spot at the end where he kind of rebounds him off the ropes and hits him with the Styles Clash. AJ Styles rebounds Ricochet off the ropes, and he kind of like power bombs him off the top rope and hits him with the Styles Clash. And this was a great match, and I think it shows how talented Ricochet actually is, and he's just not really getting the time or the push or the right storyline to really elevate him. What this match showed me was that he could really be in the top tier type guys on the roster, and they're just really not doing much with him. I know there was rumors on the internet recently, like, he should go somewhere else. He should go to AEW or go to Japan. So I really hope that the stars will align for Ricochet, where he's just getting that he's getting the push that he deserves as a great performer. I just don't. Hopefully, he doesn't get in that Dolph Ziggler type zone where he's a great wrestler, a great performer, a great look, but he just never can reach the brass ring. So, but nonetheless, great match for a Monday Night Raw. Very entertaining, very exciting. Really athletic, great work by those two competitors. So, moving on, we have the dirt sheet with The Miz and Morrison. They kind of went into the WWE bag of tricks and then pulled out the Gilbert, the fake Goldberg character. And he comes out and he with the smoke and everything, and then they have a Drew McIntyre who's dressed as I'm drawing a blank. What's that movie from back in the day with the Scottish people and everything and the paint. You guys know what I'm talking about. Leave a comment what movie I'm talking about. Braveheart, that's what it is, Braveheart. So, I mean, Braveheart came out like 20-something years ago. Like, that's the best pop culture reference they can give us. But yeah, they have the Braveheart spoof and they have the Gilbert spoof, and it's like, haha, the Miz is gonna win actually. And yeah, that's the dirt sheet. Man, the Miz is so freaking annoying. The Miz is super freaking annoying. Like, usually I lean toward I like the heels more because the characters are more leveled. There's more levels to the characters, and you can do more stuff with heels. But Miz has the type of heat that I just don't want to like see him ever again. And then Morrison, like, it's just like two dads acting like complete idiots on TV. It's just not. Man, you can get a lot more with these guys. Yeah, I mean, Miz and Morrison just come off as like idiots. Like, they would actually be great if they were like henchmen to somebody, I think. But, have him hold the briefcase and have him see him every week on TV. It's just like, I don't want to see Miz. But maybe that's because he's good at his job. I don't know. But to me, it's more like go away heat than anything. So, then we have a 6-man tag. We have the Hurt Business versus the Lucha House Party with Matt Riddle. Pretty decent, athletic, back and forth. Couple cool spots with Shelton Benjamin, OG in the game, Cedric Entertainer. You can see kind of like they don't get along, but they get along for the greater good of the team. And Lashley wins with the Hurt Lock. From there, we have Riker versus Jeff Hardy in a singles match. Kind of a filler match. I'm not sure where this storyline is going. Not sure if this is a storyline anyone wants to see. The Jeff Hardy versus Elias saga has been going on since like over the summer and stuff. So it would be nice to use Jeff Hardy better. I mean, this guy's been around for so long. He's done so much. He's for sure a first ballot Hall of Famer. Probably will go in the Hall of Fame twice as a tag team performer and a singles performer. And if they start putting matches in the Hall of Fame, he's definitely going to go in for the TLCs. But yeah, I think they can get more out of Jeff Hardy even in his extended age. I don't want to call him old, but at least do something good with him. Do something better with Elias and Riker. I remember Elias was so over maybe like a year or two ago, and now it just seems like he's just too good. They don't have anything for him. He's just too good of a talent. So, last thing I'm going to speak about is the main event. The main event was Asuka versus Alexa Bliss in a non-title match. Like I said before, can y'all please put some respect on Asuka's name? Please put some respect on Asuka's name. She lost clean in the main event on free TV. She didn't lose to Sasha. She didn't lose to Bayley. She didn't lose to Charlotte. She lost to 5-foot, freaked out, creepy Alexa Bliss. And that's no knock on Alexa Bliss. Good for Alexa Bliss. It's just that, like, man, give her a good feud. Give her someone to work with her on the mic. Like, give her, someone that could do promo for her. And just let her whip ass. Like, I don't understand why is Asuka so, like, she's always, like, the back burner on everything. She's always, like, and she's so solid every single time she can perform. And they have her just doing crazy stuff. So, I don't know if does this lead up to Alexa Bliss potentially winning the Royal Rumble? I mean, is that what's going to happen? Alexa Bliss wins the Royal Rumble and then goes on to WrestleMania to face Asuka. Do we want to see that? yeah, I can't think of any other reason why they would have Alexa pin Asuka, um, except if they want to make her look like a legit threat and they want to make her, they want to elevate her to the main event picture. But oh man, I feel like there's so many other competitors that Asuka can work with. I can go for Shayna Baszler winning the Royal Rumble and facing Asuka. I can do that all day. Maybe someone from NXT. Can Rhea Ripley come and win the Royal Rumble? I would prefer she face Charlotte, but I mean that looks like it's not gonna happen. It should be like a Lacey Evans, but there's still a lot of time between now and WrestleMania, so we'll see. But we have the Royal Rumble a week from Sunday, so look out for my video on my Royal Rumble preview show, and that is your Raw review for January 18th. I'm going to say this Raw was average. It wasn't super exciting. It was the 3 hours actually definitely was drawn out. Little takeaways from this episode. Man, I mean, there's not really much that we're curious to see. We'll see how it goes with Alexa Bliss and her shape shifting and transforming clothes mid match. We'll see how it goes going forward with Charlotte and her dad's beef. And Riddle is in a feud with the Hurt Business, and Riker and Jeff Hardy are fighting too. So we'll see how this goes in the future. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see from the channel. I'm Jared Never Sleeps, and it's still real to me, damn it. Good night.